Hey everyone, Reed here with Big Strong Book. And before we get started today, I just wanted to say that my thoughts are with Brian Lee Durfee. I don't know if you guys have heard about what's going on. I had seen a post that Brian Lee Durfee was in critical condition in the hospital. So, hoping all the best for Brian. And just as a YouTuber, as a writer, great guy, hilarious videos, and a great writer. So, hoping all the best for him. So, today I will be talking about Saga of the Swamp Thing, Book 4 by Alan Moore. This one is kind of like that meme of Kronk. I don't know if it's from The Emperor's New Groove or Kronk's New Groove. The meme of, oh yeah, it's all coming together. And this is exactly how I feel with Book 4 of Swamp Thing. Right off the bat, the first issue within this, which is issue 43, so this book collects issues 43 to 50 of the Alan Moore run. And the first issue is called Windfall, and essentially a kind of a hippie type character finds one of the with Swamp Thing, he can kind of grow these almost like yam vegetable fruit things, and they fall off of him. This guy is just trekking out into the swamp, and he finds this thing, and he takes it back. And this guy is somewhat of a drug dealer, and he gives a part of the yam to this guy whose wife is dying of cancer. And then another part of the yam to kind of like a low-life scumbag guy. And he saves a little portion for himself. And it was such a beautiful issue. It might be, for my money, quite honestly, the greatest standout, or the greatest single issue from this run so far. I just want to, just this page alone. This page here. To give you an idea, you have what the lowlife is experiencing, and you have what the woman who's dying of cancer is experiencing as they're ingesting this fruit. And the guy who dealt this leaving of Swamp Thing, he wonders if it is just something that heightens the condition of the person. Maybe it doesn't reveal another aspect of the universe. It just confirms their own viewpoint, their own lifestyle, what the things that they value. And that was, I don't know. So it was just a great combination of the thought-provoking writing, just a fascinating way to tell it. Just this, like, a single self-contained story within this one issue. It was so great to read. And then, obviously, the other huge highlight of this of this book in particular is we get the culmination of what I assume to be the kind of the Crisis on Infinite Earths, that aspect of the crossover. But we get the culmination of that storyline. And John Constantine, of course, as I had mentioned in my review of Book 3, John Constantine absolutely shines in this. He gets better as a character. We finally get to see him almost as a viewpoint character, like a narrator of pieces of the text. He's just hilarious, and also in such a dark way, kind of blasé about everything. And you kind of feel for Swamp Thing, always wanting to find out the answers to things, but he's never ultimately able to. So, yeah, one of the biggest things to talk about within this book is the Parliament of Trees. The fascinating idea, and the thing that the Swamp Thing has to comprehend and consider is that Swamp Thing is basically immortal. And learning that we know by now that there are others like him, that there have been others through history like him. We have seen that. But that the idea that they, even though they are immortal, they choose not to walk any longer, to instead kind of root themselves as trees and kind of commune with each other in what is known as the Parliament of Trees. And of course, Swamp Thing goes to them expecting them to have all of the answers, but of course they just don't. Or they do, but in all of these stories, whenever a character goes to an oracle, I mean, that's what the Parliament of Trees is, an oracle, but whenever a character in any of these stories goes to an oracle-esque figure, the oracle always speaks in riddles, always speaks in kind of a weird metaphorical way that the hero of the story, the protagonist, will then have to decipher for themselves. So Swamp Thing is left with that. And then we get a pretty fun cross-cut in the final issue, which is called The End, just between everything going on with the John Constantine storyline, the weird, like, telepathic sorcery group session thing, and then you get Swamp Thing kind of teaming up with a whole bunch of demons and to take on this weird and formless evil. And then when the issue, I guess I keep saying culminate, but that's what this book is. This book is a culmination. When it finally culminates in Swamp Thing understanding not only the nature, better understanding the nature of good and the nature of evil, but the relationship of good and evil. How they all both kind of need, like, good kind of needs evil to be good. I'm reminded of what Satan said in the South Park movie. What did he say? Without evil, there can be no good, so it must be good to be evil sometimes. Just that, that kind of a philosophy of sorts, or just an interesting idea. So, those are the main things to say. Again, you can see my other reviews for kind of what I feel about the story. This is such a great story. It's, I would hesitate, I guess, now that I'm about 2/3 of the way through the run, I would hesitate to say that this is better than, or that this is Alan Moore's best work. I would say it's maybe a step below From Hell and Watchmen, but Watchmen and From Hell set such a massive bar that, playing, I guess, second fiddle to or third fiddle to those two, that's a compliment in and of itself, that it's able to kind of hang in there, and it's an extremely strong work. And I'm still, as always, excited to see where this will go with issues 5 and 6. So, if you have read Swamp Thing Book 4, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time.